On today's episode, I'm going to show you two 15-minute dinners. You know those times when you get home from work, you've had a busy day, and you don't want to spend an hour cooking? Then these two meals are perfect for those times. This is part one of my 15-minute dinner series. The first meal I'll be showing you is a tomato-based pasta. The ingredients are tuna, sun-dried tomatoes, olives, garlic, basil, and chili. The first step is fill a pot with water and bring to the boil. Then peel your garlic and slice thinly. Next, we're going to cut half a cup of sun-dried tomatoes. Cut these into thirds or halves, depending on how you want to. Drain any liquid from your can of tuna and add to a bowl. I'm using tuna in olive oil. Feel free to use any tuna you like. Once your water is boiling, add your salt and add the pasta. I'm using store-bought egg pasta as this cooks in about 4 to 5 minutes. Add 1 tablespoon of olive oil to a hot pan. Add in your garlic and chili, turn the heat down. Be aware that the smoke from the chilies can be a bit rough on the nose, so turn your range hood on. Make sure you turn that pan all the way down. We don't want to burn that chili and garlic. Add in your tuna and give it a good toss. Break up those larger chunks of tuna before adding in your sun-dried tomatoes. Add half a cup of pitted Kalamata olives. Toss that through. Add in a pinch of salt and then a can of crushed tomatoes. I always keep a few of these canned crushed tomatoes in the pantry just for backup. If you're from Australia, the Mutti brand is awesome. Let that simmer for a minute or so. Add a few twists of cracked black pepper. Add 2 ladles of that pasta water. The starch from the pasta water is going to help that sauce thicken up a little bit. Tear in 5 or 6 basil leaves. By doing this, it's going to help release some oils into the pasta and give it that freshness. Mix through, then turn the heat all the way off before adding in your drained pasta. Now it's time to serve. When you serve, make sure you get an even distribution of ingredients with the pasta. I like to serve it with a fresh basil leaf and grated Parmesan cheese on top as well. And there you have it. Cooked in under 15 minutes. Pasta's so versatile, it's tasty, easy to work with, and provides a base for hundreds of different delicious recipes. Hope you enjoyed that one. Let's get stuck into recipe number 2. Chicken is my go-to for days when I'm trying to get dinner on the table in a hurry, and this honey soy chicken stir fry is a favourite. Alright, first step, we want to get our rice on. I'm using jasmine rice here, 1 cup. You want to give it a good wash, around 3 or 4 times until that water runs clear. That's just going to get rid of all the starch off of the rice. Now we want to get that on the stove, so I'm going to go 2 parts water to 1 part rice, put that on a high heat, bring it to the boil and turn the heat down and cook for about 10 minutes. Thinly slice 2 chicken thighs. You can remove the fat, but I like to keep that on there for flavour. Set that aside and give your utensils and chopping board a good wash. Peel 2 cloves of garlic, thinly slice and then roughly chop. Cut your root end off of your bok choy, break it up into pieces. Be sure to give them a good wash as well. In either a well-seasoned wok or a stainless steel pan, add some coconut oil, add in your chicken thighs, and you want to brown off that chicken. The trick to browning the chicken is to make sure your pan isn't too overcrowded. If you've got too much meat in the pan, it will steam rather than sear. And set aside, adding in a little bit more oil and then adding in your chopped garlic. Fry the garlic off for about a minute, mix it well with the chicken, then add in 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, and 1 tablespoon of honey for that sweetness. Add the bok choy to the wok, give it a good toss, and the steam from the wok is going to help cook those leaves. After 10 minutes, turn the heat off of the rice and keep the lid on and let it rest. You can fluff your rice up with a fork, and now it's time to serve. For 15-minute meals, stir fries are such a great way to incorporate vegetables, plenty of proteins, and some good flavors as well. Don't forget to serve all of that sauce on top of the chicken and bok choy. And to garnish, I like to use some finely chopped spring onions. This is optional though. So that finishes up part 1 of my 15-minute dinner series. If you found today's episode helpful, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on part 2 of this series. So there we have it, 2 15-minute dinners. Super quick and easy, delicious. Stick around. Something stuck in my throat. I was doing so well. Got a bit of phlegm in my throat.